So right here on this stand, this is the family farm up in the northeastern corner of Kansas. Way far back is probably Nebraska. That's how far north this stand is in Kansas. So just to give you a bearing, scope muzzle is facing straight north, just to give you a compass direction when I'm talking through everything on this video. So when we first started this, I was with a good friend of mine out in Kansas. He lives in the community and he's as green can come. We set up on the stand and approached the stand, calling from the south, working our way to the north, had a couple good fun interactions with some coyotes to the south, nothing really produced, property lines, topography, wind direction. But when we got to this stand, we wanted to call on our way to the north because I had very, very high anticipation of calling a coyote out of this particular timber block, if not one, but more. So when we got to this stand, I was explaining to my friend Rodney, I love seeing deer in a field, you know, far away, couple hundred yards. If nobody's ever done this before, deer typically don't care. Proximity is huge. If you're within 50 to 100 yards, they're going to get a little spooky. Common sense dictates that. But a few hundred yards, I love seeing deer out into a field because it's another set of eyes for you. So on this stand, we're facing straight north. We scanned our surroundings before we even make a sound. And to the northeast corner of this field, there's deer. Love seeing that. So I rip a howl. Some of the things I didn't get on video. I started the stand with a howl. I did a vocalization, invitational howl. Howl! And you roll over the apex. Invitational howl, and we stand there and we shut up and we wait. I bring my northeast tricks to the Midwest and they worked identical. Very happy with the success. So on the stand, started with a howl and the deer acknowledged it. They heard me. Deer and coyotes live in the same habitat. They do not share the same bedroom, and it's a proximity thing. So the distance, they felt comfortable. They went back to feeding. So we waited just a tiny little bit and a coyote breaks cover. Just to the north of us out of the timber block as I expected, but to the west of the deer. I never saw the coyote. I scan back and the deer are running to the east. So what do? I look to the west, and that's what gave the coyote away. That's how I knew he was in the field, because he was just on the edge of the timber line, just a little speck on horizon. So started with a howl, invitational howl, coyote committed, came into the field. Now there's a couple things I really want to talk about as this video is progressing for when this coyote's actually coming in. I know he's in the field. I know he's on the field's edge. The deer have moved. That's what gave the coyote away for me. And I start squealing. I want full commitment. See what the body language is of this coyote. So I picked up the rabbit squealer and just hammered on it. Distance wise, I am screaming into this thing. So I'll go ahead and hit play on the video. So I can clearly see commitment. Coyote's coming. He's coming. So this is about 5 minutes long. It's a little bit of a hike. I know how big that field is. One thing I like to do if you don't have a laser rangefinder, simple things you can do before you even make a sound showing up on stand. Onyx, if you have Onyx, or any satellite imagery that will give you the opportunity to do a line distance. Before you make a sound, click where you're standing, click the edge of the corners of a field, the edge of a timber block, and it'll give you a line distance. And that'll tell you how far away it is, and then it can also give you an idea of what your ethical shooting range is. So right here, I called, had some commitment, it moved forward, and I just want to recaptivate attention. I don't want my hand call to turn into white noise. And I've said this before, pretty much every coyote on earth has ADD, attention deficit disorder. They get sidetracked. They'll come to a call. They'll zigzag on their way to a call because, oh, what's that smell? I hear something over here. A lot of times, especially here in the Northeast, there is commitment. You'll have those hard charging coyotes, but I approached this coyote like I approached pretty much every coyote in upstate New York, where I want to give them the opportunity. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep doing it. This works for me. So the coyote's still on the approach. I squealed. I have commitment. He's coming. And then I just shut up. Because if he's coming, I don't want my sound to turn into white noise and his ADD kicks in and he gets bored with it. So here's the first spot. This spot right here, we are 2 minutes into the video. Coyote hits the brakes. Reasons why coyotes hit the brakes. If they stop on the approach, scan the surroundings, look around. If that coyote looks over his shoulder, check his backside. He probably has a buddy. So when a coyote, and not just this video is just a really, really good example. As a coyote is approaching, he's still coming. He hit the brakes. I haven't made a sound, but he's still coming. Right here is 2 minutes, 30 seconds into the video. I cannot see him anymore. There's roles in the field. There's a lot of roles in these big fields, agricultural in Kansas for drainage, for water collection. So facts, wind is blowing from west to east. Coyote is coming. I stopped making sound. Every time, and you'll see this on the whole entire video, every time that coyote loses line of sight, this is very important. When a coyote loses line of sight from his or hers, from that coyote's point of view to my point of view, when that coyote loses line of sight, they're coming. When they get line of sight, it's like a child crossing the street. We teach our kids look both ways before they cross the street. So the coyote hears something and it's coming. It's coming. And then it can't see where the sound's coming from. And they just get to that next little roll and they scan their surroundings. You know, just like we teach our kids, cross the road when it's safe, look both ways. Coyotes do the same exact thing. If they lose line of sight, I'm going to retract that. Not all coyotes. Statistically, all coyotes, okay? There's a difference between the two. Your hard-charging coyote, he's coming. But the majority of the coyotes, if they lose line of sight with where the sound is coming from, they'll get down in a dip, and when they get to the top and they have line of sight, they're like a kid crossing the road. They're examining their surroundings. They're using their eyes, their ears, their nose. Is it safe? And when they don't hear or see or feel threatened by anything, then they'll continue. So I captivated. I started with the howl. I went to the rabbit squealer. I kill so many of my coyotes doing what I'm doing right now. Let's go to a lip squeak. Kiss method. Keep it simple, stupid. And now right here, we are 4 minutes, 38 seconds into the video. That coyote is now committed to the call. It's coming, the call. Me lip squeaking. That coyote is now coming to the call. And it is moving from, and the coyote died. So the coyote in this video was moving from left to right. It's trying to get to my downwind. Instinctually, I'll pause that right there. Instinctually, that coyote heard it. It wants to see it. And then instinctually, it wants to smell it before it comes in and actually commits to the call. This coyote committed to the call. Broke cover from it broke the cover of sanctuary to the howls. I knew he was in the field because the deer off to the east moved, and he committed to the rabbit squealer. He's coming to a prey distress. When he's on the approach in a dip, he's still coming. When he comes out of the dip, he's checking his surroundings to make sure it's safe. Read the body language, watch the animal. How are they acting? What are they doing? Give them some time. I like watching the body language of coyotes on what my next step's going to be before I do anything else. And then time and experience is going to dictate what your next move is. Me personally, if that coyote is within range where I'm very confident he can hear that, that's probably one of the most killer calls you can use, hand calling. And not even a hand call, but fact of the matter is I don't carry around a 20-pound e-collar over my shoulder. That's just me, though. We kill a bunch doing this. We have a great time doing it. And the gratification I get from taking nothing and turning it into something on my lathe and being able to produce stuff, produce content like this. You know, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it.